Did we say it was going to be similar? So it won't be completely different. I hope I did the math right. Yeah, that'll work. Are we comparing or do we have parts of a whole? You think? Are you sure? Then say, yes, Cassie, I'm sure. There you go. Don't say, comparing? If you know, you tell me. I know we're comparing. Do you know? What are we doing? Comparing or parts of a whole? Are you sure? Then make it sound like you're sure. Hey, Cassie, we're comparing. Yeah, okay, we're comparing. You're right. What do we got? Let me see. I need an H and an A to know whose bar is whose. Good. Show me whose is whose. Jacob, 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 Jacob. Did you make those today just for me? Or do you always have them here? Oh. Well, that's helpful because now we know Harper and Amelie's name. And Emily. And Rana. And Noemi. I know you, Pablo. You're not done. I want to see the picture. You know what's really interesting about math? The problems, right? Where is the $300 go on your picture, Henry? Henry, did we meet last year?
I
think we did. I don't know why, but she was familiar to me. Is that a good thing? There you go. Okay. Okay, Augie, who has more?
Emily does.
Who has less?
Harper.
Okay.
So we're comparing.
So we're comparing. So what do we know? Harper, do you have the answer? Is that why your hand is in the air?
Yes.
Harper, listen closely. The answer is just the beginning. You know what's really interesting? Your thinking. Can you show me your thinking? Ah, I can see it. So who has more? Are you sure? I'm going to put Amelie on top this time. Is her bar longer then? Or shorter than Harper's?
Longer.
And maybe you drew it this way, like I did with Amelie on top and longer. Jeremy, is that what you did? Okay. What do we know? Where does this go? Where does it go, Sienna?
It goes between both.
Like right over here to show all together? Is how much?
Is 1,520.
Okay. And where does the 300 go? Isaiah?
This one does that.
Can you be more specific?
Here.
Are you sure?
Like this.
You're going to write it like that? Great. And then, and it's dollars. Beautiful. All right. Thank you. What did you do first? Who can tell me what they did first to solve this problem? Actually, let's stop. If your picture doesn't look somewhat like mine, make it look that way, which means it needs a bar for Amelie that's longer, a bar for Harper that's shorter. It needs a 300 somewhere on it, right? Do you have a 300 on it, Amelie?
Yeah.
Elian?
Leon.
Where's it, Elian? Where does the 300 go? Show me.
3 here.
Where does the 1,520 go? Augie, where does the 1,520 go?
It goes on top.
It goes on top?
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to put it over here.
Yeah.
Because if I put it on top, I might mistakenly think it's Amelie's amount, right? So I'm going to put it over
You
here.
could do that.
Everybody have 1,520 somewhere in your picture.
Yes.
Everybody have 300.
Yes.
Everybody have 2 bars. Harper's longer than.
Yes.
Good. What is your first operation? What did you do first?
You said Harper's longer than. Yeah.
Harper has, oh, did I say it wrong?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Harper is shorter than Amelie's because she has what? Just making sure you were paying attention, and Rana did. She's the only one. Called me on that. So what'd you do first? Nomi, what did you do first? Maybe divided by 2. That's a really interesting thought. Let me think about that a minute. If I divide 1,520 by 2,
Oh wait, no.
would it be even? Would it be equal? You want to take away 300 first? Let's do that. Everybody, let's take away 300 first. Give me a thumbs up if you've already done that.
Yes.
Did you do this? I saw you do this over there. Did you do it right there? Yeah, I thought so. So what's left?
1,020.
Everybody get 1,220.
Yeah.
Anybody get a different answer? Did you get a different answer?
I just put it in a different place.
You did it a different way. Hang on a minute. Oh, Isaiah, I can see how you're thinking. I like it. So what is 1,220, everybody? Actually, not everybody. Raise your hand if you know what 1,220 is. Raise your hand. Raise your hand. Brielle.
The number that Harper and Amelie have when you take away 300.
So, like, this part here and this part here?
Yeah.
Noemi, what do we do with that part there and that part there? Are you sure?
No. Yes. 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 Yes.
If I know 2 equal units is 1,220, can I find 1 unit?
Yes.
Does that make my life easier?
Yes.
So I would do what to get there?
Division.
You're thinking division. What do I divide it by?
2.
Did everybody do that?
Yeah.
Did you do that? Not yet, huh? All right, go ahead. Get that answer. And then I can see Isaiah knows because he put it back on the bars. Jacob did that. Isida? Isida did it. What is that? That number's just laying out there. What is it? Where does it go? I know. We got all these numbers on our whiteboard. Where does that number go? Where does that number go? Ah. Good. That's our question, Harper, right? Okay, good. Just checking. JT, what you got? Do you know what 1,200 divided by 2 is? What is 12 divided by 2? What's 1,200 divided by 2? Okay, and 20 divided by 2? 10. So, what's half of 20? Yeah, look at that. You didn't even have to do long division or anything. You could do it in your head. All right, did everybody get the answer for 1,220 divided by 2? Jacob, what is it?
610.
Is your name Jacob? Because you sound different. 610. Did everybody get 610? Yeah. And then then I asked you, what is 610? We've got all these numbers up here. What's 610?
It's 1.
Thank you for raising your hand, Marco.
The amount Harper has.
The amount Harper has right here. We should have had a question mark there. That is what?
610.
Can you figure out how much Emily has? Quick.
Yes.
Got it?
Yes.
When I tap the board, tell me how much Emily has.
910.
Should we try another one?
Yeah.
Yes,
Before we go to the next one, can I jump in with one small?
Yes, did I do something?
Not at all. I just noticed on some people's bar models, instead of doing a little line like this or a little bracket to indicate this, I noticed some people extended the bar out or made a separate little bar there. And the thing that bothers me about that is I like this little line or a little bracket because that shows you that it's nothing. It's not there.
Yeah, if you're going to
this.
extend
Yeah,
the bar, you
or
got to do it
this.
this way.
If you make a solid bar, it starts to get confusing because it starts to seem like this is some dollars here and it's not. It's an absence of dollars. So if you do want to extend the bar, if that makes sense to you, if you can do that little...
I saw this. I think I saw this. Like that.
Even that, I feel
That's
like
hard,
that
isn't
can
it?
get confusing because it's something solid. Something solid makes us think like there's something there. You want to indicate there's nothing there. Does that make sense?
Yeah, does that make sense to you, Sienna? Does that make sense to you, Zoe? So instead of drawing a solid bar here, we're going to agree as a class, so we don't get confused. A dotted line is okay. A I always think of these as architect lines. Is your dad an architect, Isaiah? No? I always think of those as architect lines. So architect lines will work. What else will work?
Brackets.
A bracket. Whoops, that was a terrible bracket, wasn't it? Hard to tell. I've been practicing for 7 years. What else? I'll show you what I use a lot because sometimes my brackets aren't beautiful. I use like these little tick marks, like that. Show the difference between those. Your teacher did it that way last year?
Or some people like do it like this instead of.
Oh, so there's a different style of bracket? It's like a super structural bracket like that. Is that what you're thinking? Could I even put this part right here is $300 to show that that and the missing part are the same? Could I do that? So we're going to agree that all of those are okay, but this, we're going to say, nah, not anymore. Too confusing. Agreed? Agreed. You okay with that, Jeremy? That's not going to freak you out or anything? Okay, let's try one more problem. We have time for one more problem? Erica, Miss Cats. Here's our next problem, guys. Oh, how about I give you a bar model and you write the problem? You want to try that? Erase your board. Let's see if you know what to do with this. Let's do this one. Hey guys, this is what? The whole part, right? The whole. And I am going to divide it into equal parts. Does that give you a hint to what you might do? Yes. So I'm going to divide it first in half. Do those look pretty equal? Those are equal parts. And I'll give you easy math because I want to know if you can come up with a word problem. Now, who can tell me the math that we need to do to solve it? 1, 2. Jeremy, have I heard from you today? I don't know either. What do we think the math is?
100 divided by 4.
You think it's 100 divided by 4? Anyone have a different idea? Do you have a different idea, Emily?
Yeah.
No? Okay. Who can give me a word problem for this one? A word problem. And then, how many steps to solve this?
I would.
How many steps? Just one, right? Then we'll have to make it harder and do 2 steps. Do you have an idea? Do you have a word problem?
Yes, there are 100 children in 4 groups.
In 4 groups. Do you get a lot of word problems that say there are 100 children in 4 groups? No. If you were reading, what would it be?
Oh.
There were
100 kids that were divided. Oh,
there were
104
100
kids
kids.
that were divided.
Where? Where are the kids?
In 4 groups.
Is that where kids normally hang out? Is in 4 groups?
At school.
At school. There were 100 kids in school.
There was 4 classes in my grade.
Oh, there were 4 classes. So there were 100 kids in 1 grade.
Yes.
In grade
Yeah, exactly.
5. Okay. And then what?
And then there was there's like a dollar sign.
Oh, you're right. Should we get rid of the dollar sign? Does that work with our word problem better? Were you thinking of a money word problem?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So we're working on this one. There were 100 kids in grade 5. What?
Kids were 4 classes.
There are 4 classrooms.
How many kids are there? No.
There are 100.
No, but there are.
There were 4 classrooms.
How many?
Now what?
How many kids were in each class?
Can we figure that out?
Yeah. Yes.
What do we need to know to be able to figure that out?
4 times. 100 kids. We need to.
There were. What do we have to know about the classroom?
There are 4 of them.
That there's 4 of them, and what? What if I put 7 kids in this classroom and 32 kids in this classroom? What do we need to know? What are we missing?
That there was split equally.
They were split equally among the 4 classrooms because that's fair to the teachers, right? Okay, so they were split equally among the classrooms, and our question is what? What's our question, Henry?
100 divided by 4.
Oh, that's our answer.
Oh.
What's our question for the word problem? They were split equally, or they were divided equally among the classrooms. Does that work for you? I'm out of space. Our question is what?
The
Say it loud and proud.
How many children in each class?
How many kids in each class? Does that work for this model?
Yes.
Should we try a two-stepper? You ready for two steps?
No.
If I had the dollar sign up here, Isaiah, did you have a word problem for that?
I don't do dollars. I didn't have
You just hang on a minute. Isaiah has the talking stick. The floor. What do you call it? What were you thinking, Isaiah? Because I had the $100 up there. Would this be dollars then too here? Our question?
It could be like the amount of objects.
The amount of objects. What if I had $100 and I gave some to Isaiah, some to Jeremy, some to Brielle, and Amelie's got a lot of money. Let's give some to Ellie. And I split it evenly among 4 students. Would that work?
Yeah.
Is that what you were thinking? Money, I know, right? Okay. Who was thinking something different other than kids or money? What were you thinking?
Turtles.
Turtles. There are 100 turtles, and what happens? They're sorted among the.
Families? Species. They're pink.
In the aquariums, could we put them into the aquariums equally?
Yeah.
Yeah, how many would be in an aquarium?
Wait, can I say the answer? 25.
Yeah, go ahead, you can say the answer, I think we all know it.
25.
Okay, here is your next challenge problem, we won't get to it today. Here you go. My 100 now includes this little extra part here. Let me double check. Aha. This is 16. This is 100. And let's make it money just to make it easier. It'll be a dollar amount. And this is the question mark. That is your challenge problem. Can you come up with a word problem that shows this? And I crossed it off, so what do you think? Is the money going away? If I crossed it off like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. All right, there's your challenge. And I have to go, I guess. You have to go to lunch or something probably, huh?
Yeah, so you guys, we will work on this when we get back after art. Can you please say thank you today?
It was my pleasure. You are a fun group of kids.